Hello everyone, I am Vasanti Revatkar, Department of Botany, Shri Dnyanesh Mahavidyalaya, Navargaon. Today we are studying Apocynaceae family. It is the dicot family and a very important family which possesses more than 300 genera in this family. And this is one of the most important family of dicot. So the Apocynaceae name is given to the family from the Greek word dog away. This family of flowering plants includes tree, shrub, herbs, stems, succulent and vines also. The members of this family are native to Europe, Asia, Africa and American tropics and subtropical regions, as well as the former family Asclepiadaceae contained it was included in the Gamopetalae and here together Asclepiadaceae family and Apocynaceae family, they were placed in a one family, and that's why there were 348 genera. The content of this topic is systematic position of family Apocynaceae, then diagnostic features of this family, then important genera which are included in this family, they are also we will study here, then distribution of the plants of this family, then habitat and habit of the plant or genera present in this family, vegetative characters of family Apocynaceae, then reproductive characters and economic importance of this family, and some important plants we will discuss here. Then systematic position, the division Phanerogam, subdivision of this family is Angiospermae, it is the Angiospermic family, then class Dicotyledon and subclass Gamopetalae here. Then series is Bicarpellatae, order Gentianalis and family Apocynaceae. Distinguishing characters of this family, the plants usually herbs, shrubs and trees also. Latissiferous ducts are present in the stem. Generally leaves are opposite and whorled. Then flowers solitary or it can be found in the raceme. They are pentamerous, bisexual and petals twisted. Stamens generally 5 and they are epipetalous. This is the distinguishing character of this family. Then filaments short, anthers bilobe and sagittate. Then carpels usually 2, laterally fleshed and frequently free. Then stigma thick and head-like, and fruits are follicles. Then distribution of this family, worldwide distribution, abundant in the tropics and subtropics, and few are found in the temperate region also. Then important genera of this family, there are about 300 genera and 1300 species in this family. Some of them are Almanda species, then Astonia species, then Aganosma, then Carasa, the Catharanthus roseus, Nerium, then Raufia serpentana, then Thievesia and Tabernamontana divericata. This is called as Swastik or Chandani, and Valeris. These are some of the important genera present in this family. Then habitat and habit, the plants are herbs, shrubs, twinners and trees. Here most of the plants are herbs. For example, Catharanthus is the example of that. Here this is the Catharanthus. Previously it was called as Vinca roseus, and now it has been the name has been changed and it can call as a Catharanthus. Then shrubs are there. Shrubs, example of shrubs are Nerium and Carissa. This is the Nerium. Carissa is another plant. It is afterward we will study it also. Then twinners are Valeris. This is the Valeris. They are the twinner. And trees. Some trees are there, that Astonia. This is the Astonia plant, and we can see it. Then vegetative character of this family. Naturally it belongs to family dicot family, and so that's why the roots are taproot and branched. Here also endotrophic mycorrhiza is generally present in the succulent species, and this character can be seen in the Asclepiadaceae family also, and both of this family, Apocynaceae and Asclepiadaceae, they are placed in the same order, Gentianalis, and that's why here the endotrophic mycorrhiza can be seen here also and in case of Asclepiadaceae also. Stem is generally herbaceous or woody. It is green in color and erect, branched and succulent with latex. Leaf, about the leaf, leaves are simple, opposite and decussate. Sometimes they are present in whorl. Example, Neria. Then petiolated or subsessile means small, subsessile means very small petiole is there. Then exstipulate, margin entire, unicostate reticulate venation, generally green in color. This is about the leaf. Then reproductive character. It starts from inflorescence. The family contains variety of inflorescences here. For example, cymose inflorescence either terminal or axillary. Terminal cyme is found in Plumeria plant. Then cyme is found in Carica. Then umbellate cyme is found in Rawaphia serpentina, and solitary flowers. They are not found in any type of inflorescences. There are solitary flowers are seen, and they are found in example of the solitary flowers are Catharanthus. Then umbellate branched Alstonia is the example of umbellate branched inflorescence. Then flower. Flower is bracteate or ebracteate, means bracts present or absent. Then bracteolate means bracteole is present. Pedicellate means stalked flowers are there. Regular, bisexual, that is hermaphrodite, we can say it as a hermaphrodite. Then complete means all the four whorls are present, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. And hermaphrodite means bisexual flower. Then actinomorphic means when we cut the flower from the center of the flower, we will get two equal halves. They are actinomorphic. Then tetra or pentamerous, and hypogynous means superior ovary. Floral characters. It starts from the calyx. It is complete flower, means it contains all the four whorls, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Here calyx is made up of 4 to 5 sepals. Mostly they are gamo or polysepalous, deeply lobed, small, often glandular at the base and green in color. Imbricate or valvate estivation. Here this is the bud, and we can take the section of that bud and we can see the estivation. Next is corolla. Corolla, there are 5 petals and gamopetalous. It is gamopetally, and that's why petals are fused, or they are called as the gamopetalous, forming a corolla tube. Here tubular tube-like structure is found here. These are the corolla. They are fused and they form the tube-like structure. It is called as the corolla tube, which may be long or short, and estivation is either imbricate, twisted or valvate. Then androecium, there are 5 stamens. They are alternating with the petals situated inside the tube or at the throat of the corolla. This is these are the petals, and they are forming the corona tube, and these stamens, they are attached to the corolla tube here at the, and very short filament is there, and they are epipetalous, means they are stick to the corona tube, and that's why it is called as the epipetalous. And filament short, anthers intros, they are tilt toward the inside, that's why they are intros. Then polyandrous and connate, often adhere to stigma. Here small stigma is there, and there. Here different types of anthers are shown, and they are sagittate, like one, all that thing. Here also we can see these stamens, they are stick to the corolla tube, and they are epipetalous. Here in this case also, this short stem, stalk is there, and these are the stamens. These stamens, they are stick to the corona tube. Then gynoecium, carpels to free, apocarpus. or sometimes it is syncarpus also, they are fused also, and ovary is superior, style short and stigma thick, often lobed. Usually nectar secreting disc is situated below the ovary. This is the characteristic feature of this family Apocynaceae. And then towards this nectar secreting disc, most of the insects are attracted, and that's why there is entomophily or pollination is by insects. Here this is the stigma, then this is style. This is convent anthers. Here anthers are there, and here is ovary, superior ovary, and these are the corolla, and they are fused at the base. Here then in unilocular ovary the placentation is parietal, but in bilocular ovary the placentation is axile. In case of separate ovaries, placentation is marginal. Means various types of placentation can be seen in case of this family Apocynaceae. In unilocular ovary, placentation is parietal. In bilocular ovary, placentation is axile. And in the separate ovaries, if there are apocarpus condition and separate ovaries are there, the placentation is marginal also. Here fruit, there is various types of fruits are also seen in case of this family Apocynaceae. In some cases in Thievesia the fruit is drupe. Here this is the Thievesia fruit and it is the drupe. In Carissa it is berry. This is Carissa plant, and here the fruit is berry. Then in Nerium and Amsonia the fruit is follicle. Here this is, and these both of them are, these are the follicles. And seeds, about embryo straight, then endospermic seed with hairs are winged. And pollination, as I told earlier, there is nectar secreting disc is present below the ovary. That's why various insects are attracted to collect the nectar, and simultaneously automatic there occur the process of pollination also. Then this is the floral formula and floral diagram of the family Apocynaceae by taking the example of Catharanthus roseus. This is LS of flower showing corolla, then epipetalous stamens. The stamens are stick to the petals or corona tube. Then this is the stigma, style and ovary. This is gynoecium, that is hooded stigma, that is glandular or glass shaped here stigma. Then it is style, long style is there, ovary and scaly nectaries are there here. Here this is the cross section of ovary showing two different ovaries, separate ovaries, and having marginal placentation. Here apocarpus ovary means separate ovaries are, two ovaries are there no doubt, but they are separate, so it's why it is called as apocarpus ovary. And this is the fruit, it is a pair of follicle, two separate follicles are there, it is in a pair. Then these are the seeds and floral formula, ebracteate, bracteolate, then actinomorphic, bisexual, calyx 5 fused, corolla 5 fused, Androecium 5, they are present in on the corolla tube, so it is the epipetalous condition. And gynoecium, bicarpellary, syncarpus are separate, apocarpus condition, and ovary superior. Then economic importance of this family. The family is of some economic importance, means not so great economic value, but it is of economically very important because it contains many ornamental plant as well as medicinal plant like Rauwolfia serpentina. So one we will see one by one. Almenda, it is the ornamental plant and it can be grown in the garden for its beautiful flower. Then Catharanthus plant is having medicinal value. Then Nerium, Kaner, local language it is called as Kaner, and the plants are grown as hedge plant and has medicinal value also. Then Rauwolfia serpentine, it is Sarpagandha. The roots possess medicinal property, that's why it is medicinal important. Then Thievesia nerifolia, it is the tube flower, or it is also called as the Ghantalu. Bell shaped flowers are there, and that's why it is called as the Ghantalu, in which latex is poisonous. Then Tabernamentana divericata, it is swastik or sadafuli, or it is also called as Chandani. Flowers are white and they are present all over the year. In any season, this plant gives flower, and that's why it is called as sadafuli. The latex, white latex is there, and that is poisonous. Now, some important plants we can discuss here. This is the Alstonia scolaris. It is called as the blackboard tree, and it is evergreen tropical tree. It is native to southern China and tropical Asia and Australia. This is the plant Alstonia scolaris. Then this is the Acocanthera oblongifolia, that is leaves are oblongate, leaves are there here. Very beautiful flowers are there. It is called as the winter sweet, African winter sweet it is also known as, and poison arrow plant. Previously, when in the ancient era, the human beings were hunting, and they were in search of some animal, and that's why they want to kill the animal, and for killing the animal there were no any special type guns are there, so they made the arrows, and in the to that arrow the arrows were deep in the poison or the paste of this plant, and that's why it is called as the poison arrow plant. It grows as an evergreen shrub, and its fragrance flowers features a white tingle and pink corolla. Corolla are pink and white tinge is there, and the berries are purple in color, and this is the very important plants. It can be used as a medicinal plant for treatment of snake bite and itching, as well as for treating the internal worms also. Then Adenium obesum, this is Adenium plant, and we can see in most of the nursery this is beautifully pink, dark pink flowers are there. This is a bud of this plant, and it is the common name is Sabi star or Kudu or Impala lily or desert rose also, because this plant here we can see easily in the desert there are very small leaves are there, but still it is blooming with the very beautiful flowers, pink flowers. This is the Adenium obesum. Then another one is Almanda catharsia. It is Almanda catharsia. It can be grown everywhere in our country, and very beautifully yellow flowered plant is that. Sometimes white colored flowers are also there in this plant. Another variety is there. Sometimes another variety which show somewhat brownish or purple color flowers. This is the Almanda cathartica plant, and it is called as golden plant, and species are native to Brazil. Then this is another plant which we called it as a Ghantaru or bell flower plant. The botanical name of this plant is Thievesia nerifolia, because nerium like the leaves are nerium plant like, and that's why it is nerifolia name. It is poisonous plant native throughout the Mexico, and it is cultivated as an ornamental plant, giving it a common name yellow oleander, and also called as the lucky nut in West Indies. Here the fruits are drupe here. Then another one is Catharanthus roseus. Previously it was called as the Vinca roseus. It is bright eye or pink periwinkle. It is also called as pink periwinkle or rose periwinkle also. It is native to Madagascar but grown elsewhere as an ornamental and medicinal plant. Then this is the Catharanthus pusillus. This is the another genus Catharanthus, but species pusillus. It is having white flower. Then Catharanthus ovalis here. This is the plant species of flowering plant. It is endemic to Madagascar, and it was first published in 1970. Here the petals are somewhat shaded with different colors, opposite color. Then this is the plant Cerbera mangas. This is plant is having white petal, and at the center it is shiny dark green leaves are in a spiral arrangement and ovoid in shape. The flowers are fragrant, having white tubular 5-lobed corolla with a pink to red throat. Here the throat is pink to red, and the petals are brightly white, beautifully white in color, and the leaves are very shiny. Then Holarina pubescens, it is another plant here. We can very much similar to the champa plant, and it is a native of Indian subcontinent and some part of China. It is wonderful medicine for dysentery and used in homeopathy for disease in the tincture form, means liquid form. Then this is Mandevilla bolivensis. This is another plant. It is white flower, white petals, and throat is somewhat yellow. And here also these are tubular flowers present. A common name include white Mandevilla or white Diplademinia. Then Melodinus cochinensis. This is the botanical name. Berries are narrowed, ellipsoidal, and it is found in the mountain forest. It is Nerium oleander, commonly called as, it is also called as Nerium indicum also. There are different varieties, many varieties are there, and some of them are having white flower, some are dark red flowers, some are pink flowered, and some are having yellow, pale yellow or slightly yellow colored flowers are there. Some are pink, and some are having more corolla, and these are the fruits of this plant. It is commonly known as oleander plant, or it is shrub or small tree cultivated worldwide in temperate and tropical areas as an ornamental plant. Then Acacia borbonica. This is another plant native of Mauritius. This is another plant which belongs to family Apocynaceae. Then Pachypodium lemeri. This is the plant which is of beautiful appearance. Here the stems are swollen, and at the top of the stem there is crown of leaves, and after that there are very white, bright white colored flowers are there, and it is very beautiful plant. Here leaves are present only at the top of the stem like crown, and there are thorns are here. We can see the thorns, they are present all over the stem. Here this is xerophytic in nature, and it has large thorns and leaves mostly just at the top of the plant here. Photosynthesizing mainly through its trunk, and comes from the island Madagascar. It has large thorns and leaves here at the top of the stem. This is very important, and it is very much resembled to like the palm tree, so it is also called as Madagascar palm also. Then Pentalinon luteum here. This is Pentalinon luteum. It is commonly known as wild almanda, and it is native to US states of Florida. Here, like it is also like the almanda, but it is not true almanda, it is the wild almanda. Then Plumeria rubra. This is the plant many of us they are telling that this is chafa, but it is not the chafa, it is Plumeria rubra. It is a deciduous plant and has been widely cultivated in subtropical and tropical climate worldwide. It is a popular garden plant being used in temples and cemeteries. It grows as a spreading tree to 7 to 8 meter high and is flushed with fragrant flowers of shades of pink, white and yellow over the summer and autumn season. Then Rhamdenia madida, this is the plant, and here typical tubular calyx, that is corolla tube, is found here. This is present in America, Central America and in Florida. Most of the plants, they are found in the temperate region. Then Rauwolfia serpentina, this is the Indian snake root. Here the roots are used to cure skin diseases or hypertension, and it is very much important plant in the medicine. Here these are the seeds of plant, this is the roots, and this is the inflorescence of this plant, Rauwolfia serpentina. Then Rajia stricta, this is a poisonous plant found in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Iraq. The plant is evergreen dwarf shrub and a very poisonous plant here. Also the poison is used to kill the animal while hunting. Then Saba senegalensis, this is another plant, and here are the fruits of this plant, a pair of polyfollicle. The tree grows predominantly on river bank. It has been observed growing as vine up trees, as small shrub, and it is somewhat large size tree also. Then this is Stapelia gigantea. This is also the very good plant, beautiful plant. The flowers are very showy, and it can be grown in the pot also, in the garden, or as well as in the home we can put it. The common name include carrion plant or toad plant or Zulu giant. Then Tabernamentana divaricata, here the swastik plant or Sadafuli, as the flowers are found in every season. All over the year the flowers are there, and that's why it is called as Sadafuli, means every season the flowers are found. It is pinwheel or swastik. It is also called as swastik in local language. The stem exudes milky latex when broken, and so it is also called as milk flower. Then Strepanthus speciosus, it is commonly known as forest poison rope here, and very poisonous plant. It is a shrub and or woody climber, and very poison plant, belongs to family Apocynaceae. Then Tabernanthe iboga, this is perennial forest shrub. Then Vinca minor, here the plants are very dwarf plants, and that's why it is called as Vinca minor or periwinkle or dwarf periwinkle, because the plants are very short in height. Then it is Voeganca glandiflora, and this also found in the countries. It can be grown as a ornamental plant, because it has very fragrant flowers, very white flower, and they are having fragrance. Then Vrigetia tinctoria, this is the flower of this plant, and they are of different color. These are the white flower, and here is a somewhat reddish in color. It is found in dry and moist region in its distribution. Various parts of the plants have been used as a traditional medicinal plant. And with this, thank you very much for your patience.